Hello, welcome to the channel. Today we have a special video for you guys with two watchmakers from Finland here with me in Zurich in our studios. Welcome to our studio, guys. Kortela Valta, Rene, nice to see you.
Thank you.
And Roope, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So I saw you guys on Instagram, your account, your watches, I saw the website, but today I really wanted to dig deep and to understand more and see more as well with the watches here. How did you guys start the whole company?
The start of watchmaking really started when I learned about the Finnish school of watchmaking. It was very close to me, like 20 kilometers, and that I have always had a very deep appreciation for all sorts of mechanic problems and functions that instantly started to interest me at watchmaking. I didn't have any watch background before that, but it just intrigued me, and I got to the school, and there it really everything locked into place, that this is what I want to do. And the deeper mechanical problems that are necessary for watches to function, that's the thing that is for me the interesting one.
Nice. And you, Roope?
Well, I have a master's in economics, and I did 10 years at a Finnish premium branded consumer goods company, and I kind of got bored with that career. And then things led to another, but in the end I also decided to apply to Finnish School of Watchmaking. I've always been a watch enthusiast, and the school felt like the right place. And when it comes to our story, I would highlight these small vices, because during the second year at school, which is kind of focuses in watch repair and service. During the first year, we didn't spend that much time together, but during the second year, I showed the pictures to Rene, and I was like, would you want to try and make this kind of vise? And then we managed to find a teacher who taught us how to use a manual, like Asiera F1 manual milling tool. And I'd say that the first moments when I used the milling machine, I knew that I want to make things. I want to make watches, not just do the service and repair. Yeah. And then that kind of led to apprenticeships at Watchmakers. I went to Denmark with Christian Lass, and Rene went to Line in Switzerland. Yes. Yeah. And afterwards, during my stay at Denmark, I learned to model also on the machine, and then actually I bought the blueprints for the Unitas 6498. Yeah. And then we started doing more things together at school, more work for the watch that we build at the end of the school.
Very nice.
When we graduated from the school, we started renovating the place where we have the workshop right now, and 6 months afterwards, we started building the prototype for the watch.
So you built a school watch together or separately?
Oh, yeah. All the students, we do a finishing watch. Yeah. But as we both have a very clear vision that we want to make watches, not just repair, so we managed to agree with our teachers that we can use more time in the manufacturing side for our course watch. So
we already have German silver bridges, which is actually a Christian machine for us.
Nice.
Yeah, and we started doing the hand finishing.
Looks beautiful, especially if I consider this is your first watch.
Yeah, that's the first. Yeah. It had two functions. One function was that we wanted to really learn more about the finishing, because it's intricate and not the easiest process to do well. And then second one was this worked as a test in our capability to work together in watchmaking. Well, as you can see, that went well, and now we are here.
Yeah. And on the school watch, I love this one particular angle here, the corner.
Yeah, there is the very sharp corner.
I love that stuff. I love that stuff. Yeah. You guys also made the dial?
Yeah, the dial is also made in school. German silver outer edge, and then blued steel insert in the middle.
Because we feature many watchmakers here on the channel, and some they do stuff themselves, dials, movements. Some just use a Unitas and then refinish it or whatever as well. So on your watches now today, which people can purchase as well, what do you do in your workshop?
One of our main ideas is that we want to make as much ourselves as we can. Everything you see on the dial side is made in our workshop. And
hands, the dial,
hands, dial, case, crown is made completely in-house. And then on the movement side, we use a vintage Omega caliber 266 movement, just because it's very good movement and it's available. But then we do our own bridges. And then as the classic Omega movement, it has a non-movable hairspring outer holding piece.
This is the triangular part here next to the
exactly,
above the balance
right
wheel.
there. And we also produce our own movable holder, completely fully made in-house.
Wow.
And that is one of the big mechanical upgrades that we do to these old movements. Otherwise, it's a refurbished movement with very custom bridges, and also everything is refinished except like all the gold pieces that you can see underneath the bridges. Those are the original.
I like that. I think it's a nice contrast. And you brought two watches here. So the one you're holding now is the prototype.
Yes.
And this is the finished product, basically, which is cool to see also the difference, because often, people mention like screws are not polished or whatever, or scratched. And we have to mention, this is a prototype piece.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's the production capabilities or pieces that you made? Because this, I assume, is like your, so to speak, subscription piece, the starting of the company, correct?
Yeah.
How many pieces? And also maybe let's touch on what's the price point of this watch as well.
This is the first piece. It's called Model Eka. Just Finnish word for the first.
Okay.
And this is an 8-piece set.
Yeah.
These are numbered pieces. And the next models, they are going to be a bit more open probably. But the first one is limited to 8 just because...
It's a lucky number, no?
Yeah, exactly. It's a good number.
Yeah, out of the 8, 6 have been sold.
Oh, nice.
And no number...
So guys, there's 2 left, huh?
Yeah, no number 6 or 7, so...
Very nice.
Yeah, the product and capability. I'd say 10 pieces per year.
And also the amount of stuff you do yourself, again, and you're 2 people for now.
Yeah.
It takes time to create. And the case you also machine yourself. It's a 3-part case, as I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 3-part case, front case and the back case. Those are fully made in-house.
Yeah.
But then the middle case, it has been EDM machined to shape the outer edges. But then all the middle shapes and inner shapes are made.
Yeah, manually turned on our lathe.
Wow.
And we do the polishing as well.
Of the case, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And if you look between the lugs, and then you see the grind goes like on the same direction as on the sides.
Very easy to do, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Easy to do if you do it by hand. Because you can't get the grind that way without doing it manually.
Very nice. It's a good. What's the size of the case?
A 38.5.
It's very good. I like that. Because usually if people start with Unitas or whatever, which you didn't, you automatically get a 40, 42 diameter case.
We had this pretty clear idea that we want to make a bit smaller case. That's also one reason why we chose the Omega caliber, which is 30 millimeters, so that we can like easily fit movement.
And then also the hands you cut in the studio yourself in the workshop, and you heat blue them, or are they anodized?
Yeah, they are heat glued. So
steel hands.
For example, our hand production, we have a laser engraver and cutter in our workshop. So we use that for the outer shape, and all the rest is just made by hand, filed to shape, heat treated, and then mirror polish, and then heat treated again to get the uniform blue color.
Beautiful. And the logo on the dial is like part of the dial, or is it on top of it?
This one is a 1-piece dial.
Very cool.
That's the final 1-piece construction that we will design.
It's difficult to do, no? Because if you would separate the parts, you can work on the lower part, then easy make some mistakes, hide them with the upper part.
Exactly. I designed it 1 piece, and then during the prototype we just noticed that small mistakes, and then the whole dial is So. But anyway, for the Model Eka, the dial is in 1 piece.
And it has like a nice like eggshell color?
Yeah, it was funny, like the color and the texture that goes there. It has a very specific laser engraving settings, and it comes out of the machine looking pretty much like that.
Yeah.
The problem with that is, that is the first part, and then you have to do many, many parts after that. And if you touch it even a little, it's completely destroyed.
And what's the future for you guys? What's let's say you make 50 watches a year or whatever. What's the goal? You want to go complications or focus on designs? You want to invent something new? How does your mind take thoughts in this sense?
What we want to do very, very high quality watches in handmade fashion.
Yeah.
Of course, to a degree, there are things that you should not do by hand. Like when we start to design our own movement from scratch, then there has to be some CNC machining, of course. But otherwise, we don't want to do like more pieces. We just want to create the most impressive,
the best watch you can.
Yeah, the best watches we can. And like the 10 pieces that we have the capability, I don't think that we will ever go above that.
Yeah.
Then we will just design our own complications or the in-house movement.
Yeah. Maybe it's 20, but then we have 2 more guys working with us.
So you get more people.
But anyway, I'd say that this is not a small thing to say, but I'd say that we would at some day like to see us kind of in where Kari Voutilainen is right now.
Yeah.
Just building, like have the capability to actually like design and build the watches like in-house, do some complications and so on. And if we're talking about like the next couple of years, I think we will continue using the Omega 266. We have some ideas about improving the balance with the free sprung balance.
Yeah.
We want to improve our capabilities of designing and building dials with enamel in-house.
That's the ones here, correct?
Yeah, we brought one of our
Very
prototype
beautiful.
dials here. We have the laser engraver, so we do the Chambleve enamel system. It has been a journey learning this. There is a good reason why you don't see that many enamel dials in watchmaking.
Yeah. Especially if you do it yourselves. Huh?
Yeah, like
Because
again.
it's a separate skill set again. You have to learn and takes years to master. Huh?
Yeah, it does. And this is again one part of our mythos that we want to do as much as we can in-house. And this was our first, I would say, successful prototype for the next models.
Nice. And I see there's your name between the 5-minute tracks, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the moment I noticed that in our brand name there is 12 digits.
Perfect.
I knew that I wanted to someday like incorporate our name on the dial.
Yes.
And now like with this design I was able to do that.
And this is, you said, laser engraved and then enamel on top of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chambleve, basically.
The first watch is a limited run, but the next one we will come out with a customizable watch concept.
And thank you as well for this. This is a very kind gift from you. So this is again a similar process, correct? Laser engraved and then enamel with my logo. Thank you guys.
Yeah, no problem. It was a great honor for us to be here, so we wanted to give something in return.
Appreciate that. So let me ask you this, guys. I'm curious because I often ask watchmakers this. What's, Rene, your favorite complication?
Oh, that's very easy. It's a split-second chronograph.
Oh, damn. Okay,
By far, yeah. I got to service one, like old H. Moser split-second chronograph. I instantly was like, I want to make one of these.
Nice. And you, Roope, what tickles your fancy?
I've always been a fan of perpetual calendar.
Okay.
Which, like, I'd say that one day, if things go really nicely, we will make our own like a grand complication with a split seconds chronograph and perpetual calendar.
And skeletonized, or would you keep it closed?
Probably closed.
Okay.
I can't comment on that. I don't know yet.
Open work.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I'd say that currently our like design philosophy is it's really traditional, and that will most likely be that way as long as we use this Omega movement. But once we get to the point that we design our own movement, which is made in Finland, then I think you might see also different kinds of design from us.
And for people that are curious in this watch, let's say you said you only have 2 left of the Eka, what's the price point?
The price point is 15,000 euros plus the local VAT.
I think it's a good price point considering the amount of stuff you produce in-house. So I think, guys, if you want to buy one of these, just I'm going to put the links in the description below so you can check them out. Also, you do something very special, which I think is I've never seen before, a live streaming of how you make watches.
Oh, yes.
Which you guys should check out as well. You have like a schedule, I saw, for the next sessions.
Yeah, it's currently on Thursdays, and it's from 5 to 9 in like Finnish time.
Yeah, nice. So people can tune in and see how the watches are actually being made.
Yeah, exactly.
if you want to watch like for 2 hours just a wooden stick polishing a steel part,
Yes.
go ahead.
Absolutely.
It sounds very meditative.
Yeah,
It is.
that it is.
Yeah, like one of our main ethos with our business is that we want to be as open and as
Transparent. To show.
transparent in the production, because I don't believe that in watchmaking there is any magic.
Yeah.
And it's sad that there's so many watchmakers, especially the bigger brands, everything is behind closed doors. And if you want to know something about the processes, nobody tells you anything.
And it takes months to create one pinion. And
and there's some like very nice open flame bluing and
Exactly. It's like, because nowadays like everyone does and everyone has to do content marketing.
Yeah.
That's like the minimum requirement. But the thing is that like most bigger brands or most people, they show you only what they want to show you.
Of course.
And like you have this picture where you have this flame and then you have like cooking the hands. But in reality, 99 out of 100 use a heat plate.
Yeah.
Because that's just better.
Yeah, even as well.
So we can and we could also do the flame thing. We have the capabilities for it, but we use a heat plate, and on the stream you can see us using the heat plate.
Yeah.
Yes.
So basically what you see on our stream, you get.
And also when we spoke about your watches before the video, you mentioned you have like a mentor or something?
Yeah, we are really lucky to have this amazing Finnish like individual willing to help us with immense experience. Like he has worked for 10 years at Kari Voutilainen, and nowadays he works at Peterman Bedard.
Wow.
With Rene, we thought for a long time that like we need to move to Switzerland for 3 to 5 years and get some experience, and maybe afterwards we can think about like building a brand by ourselves. But there are certainly no shortcuts with the watchmaking, but I'd say that this is as close as you can like find one, because we were able to start making hand-finished timepieces straight out from school, and this certainly wouldn't have been possible without such an humble, nice individual being on the background. So
thank you, mystery guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So guys, Rene, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Roope
as well, thank you.
Thank you.
Kortelavalta, guys, check out the links in the description below if you want to buy one of these watches. Again, there's 2 left, so be quick as always. And check the links as well in the description for the live streams. Thank you for watching. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you soon.